Hello folks, it's time for another update. It's past time. Overdue for an update on LOB2 development. So we're currently in play testing. I've gotten some excellent feedback from the group, and we've probably tweaked a little bit of everything on here. I know the finisher chart, the control ranges, the cut ranges, the chin checks have all been refined just a little. Some of it going back more towards what the original LOB1 ranges and probabilities were. And part of that, part of those changes and going back toward those probabilities is because of a big change to the control procedure, which is, for those of you familiar with LOB1, the control procedure now has stayed basically the same unless both fighters are in control and they both rolled a 13 or higher. So this is the new threshold. In the prior videos, you were seeing the split control chart being referenced whenever both fighters had a piece of control. And now, if both fighters are in control but under 13, or only one of them is over 13, I hope that makes sense, then the one that is higher, the one that is deeper into his control range, the one that is higher over his CTN, his control threshold number, okay, still gains control just like he did in first edition. The difference is when both fighters roll high with control. So that's what takes us to this new chart, which is called the high action chart. And this replaces the split control chart you saw earlier. It does have many of the same results on it. But the idea is when the dice are rolling high, the pace of the fight is greater. There's more leather being thrown, more action taking place. And so when things get pushed onto that high action chart more, then you'll get a more active fight, shall we say. The old open action chart, which used to be the split action chart in first edition, it's pretty much the same. I toned it down a little bit because now when we have open action, then that's a case where the fighters might be coasting, there might be more movement, there's exchanges that are missed, opportunities that are missed. So not much, very little scoring is going to come off of open action, but you do get those other things like you saw before. Accidental headbutt, foul checks, clinches, movement, those sorts of things. So, slight changes on those things. All right, so with that in mind, I think that sets the stage. What I'd like to do, and this is optimistic, I'd like to do an 8-man tournament, not in this one video, mind you, but at least get started on that as a series of things to watch. It seems like every time I start something like this, something blows up. A computer, a web server, something else, and I have a crisis on my hands. But right now, it looks possible to maybe do a little 8-man tournament. So I just pulled out my junior welterweight stack here, and I've already shuffled this quite a bit. Let's give it another shuffle. Oops. All right, there we go. Shuffle and a cut. And let's just deal out 8 fighters and see what we get. And these would be totally random matchups. All right. And I was thinking about doing like 8-round fights for this first round, just to make things move along. So, what do we got? This is Leroy Haley out of Garland, Arkansas, versus Frankie, the Surgeon Randall. Interesting. All right. Other possible matchups. Let's see here. Morris East versus Gene Mad Dog Hatcher. That's kind of fun. Morris East is such an interesting story. And then, let's see here. Here's Hector Thompson and Monroe Brooks. That might be the most high-level matchup yet. And then Paul Takeshi Fuji and Rafael Pineda. All right, so there's our 8 fighters for this junior welterweight tournament. So, Frankie Randall, Leroy Haley. Let's see. Randall is the favorite here. I'll put him in the red corner. He's a physical type versus Haley, the tactical type. And it is going to be versus T7 versus P6. So 7 and 6 is going to give us, boy, this pen is messed up. That's a 1-point difference, so 9 and 10 are the threshold numbers. I need to do something about this pen. Can't really write with it. Okay, so let's finish out Randall's numbers. So that's going to be 2, 5, and 6. 2, 5, 6. There, it's doing a little better. And then 5, 8, 7, 7 plus 2, 5, 8, 7, 7 plus 2. Average. Endurance 19. And then we've got 1, 11, 18, and 20 on the modes. Straight hook for the punches. And I'll set that card aside. Leroy Haley. 2177. 76 rather. And then 7980 average. 7980 average. 23. 815, 18, 20. Combination hook. All right. For starting modes in LOB2, we roll both dice and take the lower result for the first round. First round only. So that is going to be a 4 outside for Randall. Whoa, 17 and 19 is the roll for Haley. The lower roll is going to put him inside. Interesting. Outside, inside. That's it. The first of 8 rounds. So here we have a 13 on control, but Randall, that's Haley's, Randall rolled only a 4. So just like LOB1, we have Haley in control to start this opening round, 53. And then here's the defense die. And so that is going to be a 1-point jab to get things started. Haley using that jab to try to work his way inside. There's a 13 and a 12, so both guys have control. In previous videos, this would have just gone to the split control chart. But now, Since this number is under 13, then we go with who's the most over their threshold number. So 9 and 10 respectively for red and blue. So therefore, Randall has control, just like in LOB1. And that's a 0-6. 2-point punch, but it is shifted to column D. It's a 1-point punch, still a cut chance attached to it. So we're going to look at Haley's cut number of 7. And I think that requires a 7 or better. Yep, it does. He rolls a 17. He's fine. No cut this early in the fight. That's a good thing. And off we go. All right, now here's both guys rolling a 13 or higher. So now we do go to the high action chart, and the amount over the threshold number doesn't matter because they both pushed it into the high action range where these other things occur. So this is an outside versus inside matchup, so we're in the normal column, 14, and this is a grazing exchange, 1 point apiece. And I've been tracking, for analysis purposes, I've been tracking the amount of high action punch points that occur. So you'll see me making those notes. All right, we're approaching the mid portion of round 1. And here again, both over 13. High action, 86. Will to win. Who's got the greater will at this moment? That is going to go to Haley, and he wins this exchange 2-1. So now we've got our second high action exchange. Interesting. Haley now taking control, 71 on the inside. His power is only 1, so this is going to be a 2-point hook. Randall answering back. He's in column A, 18. Comes back with a cross from the outside. Pretty good round. Nothing major happening yet. We got an 8 and a 9. That's really close. 9 and 10 are the CTNs. Neither man has control, so now we go to open action. 48 on the normal column is a dirty clinch. Is either one of these fighters dirty? No, they're both average. Therefore, it's just a rough kind of clinch. A little contentious. Maybe a little jaw jacking going on. All right. And then we get into the final 40 seconds of the round. Open action again, 13. Whoops, wrong chart. Foul check for the red fighter. Average and a 1, he's okay. So referee just kind of gives him a little warning there. Says, hey, watch it. And here we go. We're going to push to high action with a 17 and an 18. This is, the roll is 19 in the normal column, and it's a 2-2 heavy trade here at the end of round 1. The best action of the round occurs late. We had 3 high actions in that round, accounting for 3, 4, 5, and 9 of the punch points came off a high action. 4, 5, 6, and a TKO point here, and there's 6, 7, 8 for Haley. And a TKO point here. Both fighters are going to be 3 points off of their endurance. 16 and 20 respectively. And Randall is going to check his mode to see if he changes. Rolls an 11. He stays outside. The modes stay the same. Round 2. High action, 42. Normal column, tactical edge. The tactical fighter is Haley. He's going to win this exchange 2-1. Using his smarts and his training to identify an opening, but Randall replies now, taking charge with a 69, column A, 1-point hook. Haley now, 39, back and forth we go. Pretty good stuff. 2-point cross. All right, now I rolled a 20 here. This reminds me that now that we're doing this high action threshold, the control 20 rule is no longer necessary. So that just simply means that he gets control. It doesn't mean anything special like it did when that rule came into play. So this is Randall, 54, column A, 1-point jab. He hasn't been able to hit anything hard, anything solid off of that A column yet. All right, midway through round 2, and look at this, 20 and 13, high action 95. Heavy hands. Power of 6 or more wins the exchange 3-1. Randall's power is 5, so he doesn't qualify. If neither applies, if it applies to neither, it's a 1-1 exchange. Or it's our first high action, our second high action of this round, actually. Make note of that. Keep on going. Another high action. I'm rolling, got some fairly hot dice here. 41. That's the tactical edge. And that is going to go in Haley's favor. The third high action result of this round. 3 segments remaining. Here's Haley pushing the action a little harder, taking charge with an uppercut to the body. Nice shot. Nice body shot by Haley. The underdog is doing well here. Both men have some control, but it's Haley who's over by more, 72. He does not have the power to convert that to a K chance, so it is a 2-point hook. Good round for Haley. He's starting to really turn it on here late in the round. He's connected with several solid shots, and he keeps it up here, 96. And this gets shifted. That's the wrong card. 96 here is shifted to column D. Would have been a 2-point uppercut, but it's a 1-pointer instead. So that ends round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Randall. And then we've got, 4, 8, 10, and 12. 2 TKO points on Randall. As he got worked over pretty good on the inside by Haley in that round. Good stuff. And let's see, we had 3, 4, 5, 8 punch points come off of high action. So this has been fairly high action so far. And then it's going to be 3 points off of Randall, 2 for the mode, 4 points off, 2 for the TKO points, 2 for the mode. So 12 is what he's down to already. And then 2 off for Haley gets him down to 18. All right, Randall will check him for a mode again because Haley's finding all kinds of success on the inside. Oof, look at this. How's that for a change of heart? A 20 puts Randall in pressure mode, and now we're going to get our first action off the brawl column. So it's pressure versus inside for round 3, as Haley has built a lead here in the first 2 rounds. It is Haley with a 2-point uppercut to start this round. He's got the hot hand. Open action in the brawl column. It's an 11. We're going to have a foul check on the red fighter. 10 for an average is a marginal foul. So Randall picks up a more significant warning at this point. And we'll just make note of that. That builds towards him potentially losing a point on the scorecards. Here's Haley responding after that foul, responding in anger with a 91. His power is 1, so that's a 2-point combination. Nope, that's going to get shifted. And it's still a 2-point combination to the head. Shifted to column D by Randall's defense. But Haley's still really doing well here, but Randall trying to turn it around, 0-6, and that's column D. So a 1-point hook from Randall is going to open up or create a cut chance. I rolled a 20 on the cut check. There's no threat there. We are midway through round 3, and Haley, 94, tries to seize the action again, and he does so with a hook to the body. And Randall is having all kinds of trouble with Leroy Haley here. How about that? Randall, 74. Big combination, but Haley defends well, shifts it to column D, and it's only a 1-pointer. Wow. Once again, Randall with a chance to really do something, and Haley diffuses it. And here we have Haley in charge, 82. That is column A. So this is a special cut chance. This is something new that I think we showed in prior videos. So it's a K4. So it's not a knockdown chance. Haley doesn't have that power. So it's a 2-point punch, but it's also a cut chance for Randall, and if a cut occurs on the 1 through 4, oh, I rolled a 2. Uh-oh, things are just not going Randall's way here. Then now there's another column. So you'll see the cut chart has the normal cut checks, and then it has the K cuts. So this is one of the K cuts, where something, it's more likely that something severe could occur, because those are the more dangerous punches. So one of the subtle little changes here in LOB2. All right, and sure enough, I rolled an 82. That is a major cut over the right eye. For Randall, which is going to lower his defense to 1. And his control number now goes to 10. Control threshold. Wow, so now Randall bleeding from the right eye after that combination from Haley. And we are late into round 3. Haley's not only winning the fight, but he's starting to bust Randall up a little bit. And boy, his control number just changed. That would have given him control for that segment, but it just changed with that cut seconds earlier. So this goes to open action instead. Talk about a game of inches, right? 0-7. All right. That's going to be a red fighter foul check. So now Randall, 0-7. That is him, right? We're in the brawl chart. Yeah? Okay. And I rolled low enough that he is okay. So no foul occurs there. And at the end of round 3, Randall in control, 86, column D, 1-point uppercut. So he only gets 3 points out of that, comes away bleeding from a pretty nasty cut there on the right eye. He loses the round 8-3, takes his 4th TKO point. So pressure mode didn't work out for him very well. Pressure mode costs 3, all the other modes cost 2, so here's 3 points plus the TKO point. It's another 4 points off. Gets him down to 8, 2 points off for Haley, who's doing quite well, is at 16 right now. All right. I doubt he'll be in pressure mode again, but let's see. I roll an 8. That's going to put him back outside. All right, outside, inside. They return to that mode, and Haley has an advantage in all 3 of the rounds so far. We're approaching the midway point of the fight, and Randall may be getting shut out here. But here he takes charge, 41, with a 2-point hook. Is that his best punch of the fight? That might be his best single moment of the fight so far. Randall again, 24, column A. Follows up with a 1-point combination. Perhaps his corner's been admonishing him to get going. Here's a 33 in column D. 1-point straight punch. That's 3 straight segments of control. As Randall comes out looking sharp after suffering that cut in round 3. Randall again, 67. 1-point jab and a cut chance for Haley. I rolled a 20, again, second time on his cut check. Randall again, 12, but still this is shifted. It is going to be a hook, 1-point hook. In column B, but Randall's having to put together a really good round here, really solid. Oh, but here comes Haley, 76. That's going to be a 2-point combination to the body. Open action, 79. A missed exchange as neither man could really get through. High action. We haven't had one in a while. We had a bunch early, but it's none in round 3. All right, 47. This is normal high action. Physical edge. The physical fighter wins this exchange 2-1. That's going to go in Randall's favor. So our first high action of this round, and we're at the end of the close of round 4. Randall again, 81. Oh, this looks good. So that's a K3. This is our first legitimate chin check of the fight. That's a straight punch that connects cleanly. Haley's chin is a 6. 71 is a very solid roll. It's a 3-pointer. He's stunned here at the end of round 3, and we have to check him again for a cut chance, and this is a K-cut chance, not a normal one. I rolled a 5. So he has suffered a cut. Ooh, all of a sudden things are starting to turn in Randall's favor. All right, so here's a dangerous cut roll coming off this K-cut column, 26. Minor cut under right eye, so that's not so bad. No complications attached to that. But a very, very good round for the surgeon here. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. He was just short of 2 TKO points. So there's 1. And then only 3 points for Haley in that round. 11-3. 3 points off the high action chart. And what else? That's all I need to know. So it's going to be 3 points off for Haley, gets him down to 13. 2 points off for Randall, down to 6. Haley's mode, going elusive. So he enjoyed some success for quite a while on the inside until Randall started turning it around. And here we go to round 5. With Haley, 28, column A. Lashes out with a long straight punch, connects for 1 point. Randall answering, 28, with a big straight punch, 1 point. Neither man making really solid contact yet. Randall, 44. Another straight punch for 1 point from the outside against the elusive, laterally moving Haley. Randall again, 13, trying to track him down. This is a 2-pointer with a hook. 2-point hook for Randall. And now he's putting up a lead in round 5. This is 21 shifted over to column D for a 2-point straight punch. Very nice. Randall again, 64. Look at this. Interesting. 1-point jab from the outside, and we have a 64. Let me check it. That's a cut chance. This is a normal cut chance, and he's okay. But Randall really doing well here, and here we go to high action, 0-4, and we're in the chest column now. So this is just a grazing exchange, 1 point apiece. Randall 0-3 is going to be a 2-point straight punch, his favorite. And he's really starting to tag Haley on a regular basis and with good hard shots. After those first few rounds, he's really starting to turn it around. So 10 for Haley is enough to give him control here on the final segment of round 5 with a 46 1-point hook at the end. So only 3 points for Haley as opposed to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points for Randall. So 2 very strong rounds in a row for Randall. Another TKO point on Haley. He's 3 points off, gets him down to 10. 2 points off for Randall, down to 4. So he will stay outside. And elusive, whether you win or not, needs to be checked to be maintained. And let's see, 11 is outside. So here, the chess match is going to continue with both of them outside. Round 6. I rolled 2 1s. Very slow start to round 6. All right, 88 in the chess column is going to give us a missed exchange. Nothing really connecting. Both guys kind of probing, pawing, but nothing serious. And then here comes Randall opening up with a hard straight punch, 2 points. Randall again, 86, still in column A. 1-point hook, follows up. This is a pretty good comeback. After those first 3 rounds. Randall again, 82, but this gets shifted. And it's a 2-point straight punch. Yeah, he's been firing off that favorite A punch of his. Trying to land a knockout shot, a K shot, and he had 1 shot at it there at the end of round 4. At any rate, we go to high action, 82 chess column. Rally, the fighter trailing on punch points for this round, well, that's Haley, is going to win this exchange 2-1. So Haley battling back with a combination, trying to work his way into this round. And maybe it's working. There's a 19 on control. A 0-9 is a 2-point, 2-point hook for him. Well, it gets shifted. It's column, no, it doesn't get shifted because of the cut. So it is column A, 2 points. And now we're going to check Randall for a cut. 11, I believe he's okay. Yeah, he is. All right, Haley battling back here, feeling like the fight was starting to slip away from him. Open action. 16, that's going to be a foul check on the blue fighter. He's an average. Ooh, that's a high roll, though. just barely. It's a marginal foul. So we'll note the foul point. They both have 1 foul point apiece. I don't think anybody's going to get docked a point or disqualified the way things are going. So, Randall, 59, column A, 1 point cross. High action, our second one of this round, 93 in the chess column. Will win, and that is Haley. He gets the nod on that. So 6 points of high action, and then we got, there's 6, 7, 8 points. TKO point against, and then 6 points here, and a TKO point against. So both men are going to be 3 points off. Randall is down to 1. Haley down to 7. As we go into round 7. Now for 3 rounds in a row. Through 6 rounds, this fight looks dead even, as Randall has rallied back after the slow start. So, Haley, check his mode, 16. Puts him back inside. What do you know? That's kind of cool. It's not a big range for him. He doesn't dwell here most of the time, but he had success there earlier. So kind of neat that it just worked out that way. All right, outside versus inside, round 7. Ding ding. Haley. 0-3. It's a 2-point punch. 1-point punch, rather. But still a cut chance attached to it. He is okay on the cut check. High action. 98. That is way up there. Oh, this is a cool result. Savage Flurry, it says. The fighter with the greater power, that's Randall, stuns opponent and wins this exchange 3-2. So they really, all of a sudden, a real heavy exchange breaks out. Both men just letting their hands go. And it's Randall with the better power that is able to stun Haley and cause him to back up. My goodness, love that result. You don't see that one that often. It's only a 2 or 3% range, 2% range, 3% range. Okay, so all right. So Randall in control. Haley's defense is cut in half. Only a 1 could save him. 41. That's a 2-point hook on the follow-up. That would have been a K chance if Randall had the power to do it. Couldn't convert it. But yeah, pretty neat moment where Haley is stunned. Randall follows up. And then here's Randall taking charge again. 27. Shifted. A straight punch is dodged by Haley. Oops, I hit my camera. Sorry for the shakiness. All right, open action. I'm getting a little animated here with this fight. Getting into it. All right, 15. Open action normal is going to be blue fighter foul check. And 12 is going to give him another foul point. Another warning from the ref. These are minor warnings, though. All right, Randall, 0-1, right at the top of the mode card here. 2-point straight punch. Snaps Haley's head back with that one. And we go to high action, 38. Tactical edge. Now Haley wins this exchange. 2 points to 1. Coming to the close of round 7, it still hangs in the balance. Open action 13. Another foul check, 10, and another foul point. Wow, okay, these are starting to add up now. This might cause, yeah, I think that's going to put him over for a TKO point. And then Randall with a 20, seizing control at the end. 63 is a K-punch with his big straight punch he's been trying to land. So that's a K straight. We're going to do a chin check for Haley. Chin of 6. 26, not very good. He's staggered. Bang. Haley staggered, wobbling at the end of round 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 is 12 points. 1, 2 TKO points. His TKO rating is 8. And we're at 6. So I'm not going to worry about a TKO watch for this final round. All right, so we got 3, 4, 5, and then the 2 foul points put him over for a TKO point. But they don't count toward the score. So the actual score is 5 points, but the amount of damage is actually 7. And then we had 5 and then 8 points total. Came off the high action chart, which I'm just recording for my own playtest purposes. And here we are. This is round 8, the final round. It looks like Randall has rallied enough across these last 4 rounds to have the edge. But you never know. You never know. There's a couple close rounds that could go either way on the scorecards. So, and this is important. So, 2 points off is -1. So Randall enters level 1 fatigue. So his control threshold goes up to 11. Kind of like an amplifier in Spinal Tap. Some of you might get that. All right. And then his defense, which is already down to 1, is going to go to 0. That's something else different I'm doing in LOB2, at least for now, is I'm letting things go to 0. As where everything used to bottom out at 1. And then the power drain is, he goes from 5 to 3. So his power's 3. He's not going to be counterpunching anybody. He's not going to be shifting anything to column D. And he's done well from outside. Let's just leave him there for the final round. Haley, does Haley have a pressure mode? He does. He's already inside. Why not have him bring it on, right? Because the fight's been getting away from him. So, what was that? That was 2 TKO points plus 2 more points off. 4 off total gets him down to 3 points of endurance remaining here in the final round. Outside versus pressure. Here we go. Who's going to win this thing? Randall is over by 3, 12 over 10. So Randall, 66, gets the first result. It's going to be a jab with a cut chance. Oh, we have a cut. It's a normal cut. Normal roll, 24, so no big deal. Minor swelling right eye. And another cut point there. So Haley's right eye is not looking any better than Randall's right eye that was cut way back in the 3rd round. Randall again, 20. 2 point straight punch. Gets through Haley's guard, and Haley's in there trying to pressure. He's not doing very well as Randall continues to hold command. Scores another 1 point straight punch. Just picking him off. And here comes Haley on that pressure card. 85. That is a 2 point uppercut. he's not going to go that quietly. And 10 is still his threshold number. So 80 on here, that's a K3. His power is 1, so it's going to be a 2-point combination. So Haley's working hard, throwing his best stuff. He just doesn't have that much power behind it. Randall comes up short. His threshold's 11. So that is open action 60. You can move. Now Haley, 66, column D. Nope, his defense went to 0. Randall's defense went to 0, so there is no shift. 66. That's a 1-point jab and an undercut chance. I think 7 is good enough for him. He's an 8. Yeah, he just needs a 5 or better. So Haley starting to rally here late in this round. Oh, and we're going to push to high action as both rolls are over 13, 59. And we are in the normal column. Physical edge. The physical fighter wins this exchange 2-1. Just going to outwork him when all else fails. Oh, and another high action here in the final segment of the fight. 33 normal tactical edge. So it goes back and forth. Randall wins 2-1 on the previous exchange, and then Haley comes back and outwits him, if you will, outthinks him in the final segment to take that exchange back and make it even. All right, that's 6 points off of high action. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then 6, 7, 8, Haley with just a slight edge there in round 8, and thus ends the fight. Well, who do you think won? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, so first round, it is a 2-point edge to Haley. So I'm in this section here. 5 is going to be high, low, and even. Round 2, that's a 7-point advantage for Haley. That's automatic. Round 3 is a 5-point advantage for Haley. That's also automatic. Round 4 is a 7-point advantage for Randall as he started to turn things around. Round 5, same thing. Round 6, 2 points for Randall now. 11, high, and favorite. And if there is no favorite, then it just counts as high. So in other words, he gets that round also unanimous with only a 2-point margin. Fairly lucky there. Then Randall easily, especially staggering Haley late in round 7, wins that automatically, and now he's won the fight. He's going to have a unanimous decision here. And then Haley with a 1-point advantage in round 8, 12, and that he's going to get the nod. Unanimous on round 8 with only a 1-point margin. So this makes it more interesting. All right, so it's going to be 4 and 4. Judge 1 scores it even. And then 5 to 3. And then 5 to 4. There you go. So Frankie, the Surgeon Randall, gets the decision here on it's a majority decision. with one judge scoring it even, scoring it a draw. All right, so yeah, that's kind of fun, just doing 8-rounders. Heck, I might do the whole tournament as 8-rounders. That might be fun, just to keep things moving along. Okay, well, I hope that gives you an idea of where the game currently stands. And I think the charts are pretty stable now. So we'll be looking at other aspects of development here in the weeks to come.